All right, fellow traders. It's Thursday. We're having a good time, having a good week. Just wanted to go over a couple of ideas that are on our new watch list. First one is Arthur Gallagher, AJG. All right, so let's find it here. AJG Gallagher. All right, so nice breakout. It's a pretty important level here at 170. Broke out. I'm going to wait and see if it comes back and retest this, and I'll trade it to the upside on a weekly basis. You've seen the same thing. Nice little cup here. Never broke its 50 week, I'm sorry, and it broke out. So I have a long bias towards this one. Eli Lilly. Pretty nice little move here, kind of like a cup formation. Not really, but in the end, it broke out. It's really having a good day today. I'm going to wait and see if it pulls back, see if it finds some support here at 280, 290, and be inclined to trade it to the upside after this miraculous breakout. Let's see. All right. I might be a little late on this one, but pretty decent, pretty important level here at 6150. Broke out, pretty nice. Not on great volume, didn't come to my screens, but I'm looking at it. It's run up. If it comes back down, maybe retest this 6150, 62, 6250 area. Here's your 20-week moving. I'm sorry, your 20-day moving average. Here's some support. If it can consolidate down here and you get a bounce off of it, I'd be inclined to trade it higher. On the weekly, you're kind of seeing here, there's this ascending triangle. It broke out. It's still in this kind of upward channel though, so I'd be weary up here. So I'm thinking it might come up here, kind of come back down, maybe retest here or somewhere within these moving averages. That's the 20-week, that's the 50-week. And if we see it start to come higher with the MACD histogram, I'd be inclined to trade it long. Novartis. All right. So Novartis, I'm looking at today. So it had a really good run of late. It's really hitting a lot of headwind up here. Really has been unable to break through. It tried again today, but failed. I'm thinking that this thing might pull back from this area, so I might do a spread up here. I wouldn't take a short position in the name because it's been in this uptrend, but looks like it's kind of stalling. We'll see. On the weekly basis, same thing. You can see that this we'll call it 91, 92 area is pretty important. It hasn't been able to breach it a few times. If it starts stalling out here, you see this MACD histogram coming lower. I'd be inclined to trade it to the downside briefly for a few points. Pilgrim Pride. All right, so Pilgrim Pride. So this thing gapped up huge. It's been up here, meandering, and all of a sudden, boom, it broke right back in a big way. So it's come all the way down. It's coming back up. It's going to retest this. I think there's going to be a lot of headwind up here in this range, like $27. So if it does come up here and starts to stall, if I see this MACD histogram start to curl lower, I might take some type of spread up here, thinking that it's not going to breach this $27 mark, or maybe even up to 28. So it's 27, 28. So this is lots of headwind. Let's look at the weekly. You see the same thing. It's a pretty important level. I think it's going to come up here, it's going to stall, and you might see it kind of fall back again. So we'll address it when the time comes. T-Mobile. Pretty good breakout, right? So this is the daily on T-Mobile. So you got this ascending triangle, bam, broke out on pretty good volume. I like the way this looks. I'm waiting for it to maybe come back down a little bit, kind of retest this old resistance, new support, and if we can bounce off it with the MACD histogram, maybe with a little bit of volume, I'd be inclined to trade it back up to the upside. I like here on this weekly that it broke through its 20-week and its 50-week moving average, and it's been holding. So kind of correlating to the daily for it to pull back to this level here of maybe 127.50-ish. On the weekly, I'd like to see come back here and test a 127.50-ish, which would kind of be near the moving averages we're seeing. So that's going to be good support. If you can see it bounce off of this, I think I'd be inclined to trade it to the upside. I've got, let's see, here we go, WC Energy. Huge breakout. This was a pretty important level. It's acted as resistance for a while. Broke out, not on great volume, but nonetheless, it's really had a great move. We're talking like, call it 98-ish up to 104. I'm waiting for this thing to pull back, and let's see if it can retest the 20-day, the 50-day, and even this level here around 98-ish. And if I see the MACD histogram start to improve, I might be inclined to trade this back up. On the weekly basis, you're seeing some really good stuff here. So this is an important level. As I said, 97.50 on the weekly basis. It broke through. It also broke through to a new 52-week high today. So that's really important. I think it's going to come back down a little bit. If I can catch it somewhere here, 100 to 97, 98, whatever the case may be, and trade it back to the upside, I like the strength in the name. I'm looking at Walmart. Look at the chart of Walmart. It's unbelievable. So, pretty significant level here around 151. Broke out on a good volume. Like to see that. Having a monster breakout, a monster continuation today. So, I kind of missed this trade. But that said, everything comes down. So, it's going to come back down. It's going to retest this area somewhere here. As long as the MACD histogram starts to curl higher, we see volume coming back in, and it's above this support, I'll be inclined to trade it to the long side. And on the weekly chart, same thing. Just it looks like a muscle. In fact, it looks like it's a 52-week high for Walmart. So unbelievable. Yeah, I definitely would go long this. Let's wait for this to calm down. Let it come back in again. If it holds that support and it starts to get some strength again, I'll trade it to the upside. All right, XEL. XEL Energy. Big move, not on great volume, but it's been a parabolic move. It was 71 to 75 in a matter of a week and a half or so. I'm going to wait for this thing to come back down, maybe retest this 20-day, maybe if it falls to the 50-day, I'm not sure. But figure like 70, 71, I'd be inclined to look at it. And if it's showing some strength and it's bouncing off this support area, I'd be inclined to trade it higher. All right, last one I have here is Crown Holdings. So this is, it looks pretty ugly today. This is the daily. So it's been trending lower. It looks like it broke the 50, it broke the 20. It's having a rough day today. I think this is an important level of support. But if it does break this area, I think it can go a lot lower. On the weekly, I'm seeing here that this 112 area is pretty important. I'm not going to go crazy. I'm not going to look to short this or anything like that. It looks like a stock that might be beginning a breakdown process. So I put it on the watch list. I may not trade it. I don't know, but it's up there. Let's talk about some trades I did do today. So I'm going to go to PayPal. So PayPal, they're reporting this in the next couple of days, the next couple of weeks. And they've been struggling. And you can see this stock has really broken down. For full disclosure, I am long PayPal, but much lower than here. But that said, I can understand that they're just having a struggling time reinventing themselves. I think that when they report that they're going to have a rough time, I think the stock is actually going to fall lower on the earnings report. I think the volatility over the past couple of days has been pretty tight. as people are just anticipating what's going on. If they do miss or disappoint, I think the stock is going to fall pretty dramatically. So that said, I put on this trade to trade the downside. So PayPal, I bought 30 April 29th puts, strike price 110, bought them for 642. I'm down in the position as of right now because the market's rallying back. Actually, S&P just went positive. NASDAQ looks like it's about to go positive too, so I probably should have waited to put this trade on. But either way, I think there's some downside potential here. Another trade I did today, looking at UPS. UPS has been in this really tight, non-volatile band. Today it's having a rough day, but I'm anticipating that when they do report, the stock is gonna spring. So I set up a straddle here. So anything above this level into the green, and anything below this level into the green, I'm profitable. I just needed to stay out of this red area until before my expiration. So I'll tell you what I did here. Here's the UPS. So I bought 10 calls. I bought 10 puts, April 22nd, 190s, one for 710, and also bought the calls, 190, April 22nd, for almost $9. So I'm looking to capture some type of volatility in UPS. Okay, that's where I'm at. So, one last thing. So Twitter. So I put this trade on earlier in the week. So I said I anticipate Twitter to come down here and kind of fill this empty area. It's doing it today. Twitter's getting hammered. Where is it? It's down. It's off its lows, but it's still down like 6%. So I would normally take the trade off because I'm making money on the spread. I'm up 20, call it 24% in the trade. But that said, I saw some headlines today. Maybe Elon Musk did a wrong filing when he bought the company as an insider, yada, yada, yada. It's going to be headline risk. So I'm just going to wait another day. We'll see where it shakes out tomorrow. And also, I got these Tesla, the spread. I was betting on Tesla staying below $1,200 by tomorrow. And Tesla right now is trading at 1044. So this is kind of like money in the bank. I don't think it's going to rip up to north of 1200 by tomorrow. So I think I'll be able to keep all the spread that we did here. We'll do a recap tomorrow on the trades, closing out trades. I'm probably going to close out Tesla and Twitter tomorrow. I've got some others in here. This PayPal seems to be wrecking me right now. I went in way too early. Look at the S&P went positive on the day. NASDAQ's positive. I did it too early. All right. It is what it is. Thank you.